We're going to be writing circles in vertex form. The form that we're going to be moving each of the equations into is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. The center of the circle is hk, and the radius is r. So our first step is we're going to divide everything by 3. So whatever our a value is, we divide by that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to find 2 new c values, one for x, one for y. So divide -2 by 2 and square it. That's how we get a 1. Remember, we're adding it to both sides. Then we take the 4 divided by 2 and square it, and that gives us a 4, and we add that on both sides. Then we factor our trinomials, and we add up the numbers on the right side. And then our center of our circle is always the opposites, and then it's always the square root of our number. So looking at the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to find our 2 new c values. So we have 4 over 2 squared, and that gives us a 4. And then what we have is 2 over 2 squared, and that gives us a 1. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 4 plus y squared plus 2y plus 1 equals -1 plus 4 plus 1. Just to clarify, when we add the 4 on the one side and the 1 on the left side, we have to add the 4 and the 1 on the right side. Now we're going to factor it. 2 numbers that multiply together give us 4. Add up to 4 would be 2. And 2 numbers that multiply together give us 1. Add up to 2 would be 1. And that adds up to 4. So the center of the circle is going to be the opposites, -2, -1. And then we take the square root of our 4, and that gives us a radius of 2. For the second one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find our 2 c values. So we take 18 over 2, and we're going to square it, and that gives us 81. Then we take the -6 divided by 2, and we're going to square it, and that gives us a 9. And so that gives us x squared plus 18x plus 81 plus y squared minus 6y plus 9 equals 2 plus 81 plus 9. When we factor it, we get x plus 9 squared. Then when we factor the y's, what we get is y minus 3 squared, and that right there gives us 92. So the center of our circle is going to be -9, 3. It's always the opposites. And then what we have is the square root of 92, which simplifies to 2 square root of 23. So for letter C, what we notice is that all of them are divisible by 2. And we get x squared plus 8x plus y squared plus 4y equals 4. We find our new c values. So that would be 8 over 2 squared. And then we have our other one would be 4 over 2 squared. So this would be c is equal to 16. And this is 4 like I already have. So that's going to give us x squared plus 8x plus 16. And we have y squared plus 4y plus 4 equals 4 plus 16 plus 4. We're going to factor it as x plus 4 squared plus y plus 2 squared. equals 24. And the center of our circle is always the opposite, which is -4, -2. And then our radius is the square root of 24, which is 2 square roots of 6. Now for letter D, first thing we're going to do is divide everything by 3. So we have x squared plus 2x plus y squared equals 4. This time I'm only going to find one c value because the y squared does not have a y for us to factor it. So we're going to leave it alone. So the c value is 2 over 2 squared. And that, of course, gives us 1. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus y squared equals 4 plus 1. We're going to factor it. That gives us x plus 1 squared plus y squared equals 5. So the center of my circle, -1 and 0. And then the square root of 5, of course, is just the square root of 5.